Hey, you're Steve Morris Engines, and right now we are, well, I'm in the middle of Tom Bailey's stuff of what happened after the last pass of Drag Week 2022 that we just won. So, just to give you a little bit of background, so all the struggles with fuel injectors and other issues with the stupid little stuff, I had to do all the rebuilds. All those videos are out there right now. But on the last pass, so we get back to the last pass, the last day, and the car goes out and it goes 605. It goes 605? 605 at 244. Just first pass, right there. So the first day we went 603, 250 something, and then this last day we do 605, 244, and it was the exact same tune-up. Because what I wanted to do was just get the tune-up, or just get the one pass down, and then come back and lean out a little bit harder and go faster. Well, it goes 244, and it's like, it's down on a mile an hour. Wonder why it's down on a mile an hour. And then Bailey doesn't come back for a little while. And when he does come back, the car is missing and chugging and sounding like crap. And this is typical Tom. Love him to death. But typical Tom. He goes, it shut off at the big end of the track. I thought it broke every rod in it or did something crazy, but I managed to get it started and drove it all the way back. Now, if you know Tom, I've been dealing with Tom for a long time. And one of Tom's natural traits is, if it will start and run, he will drive it. He will drive it back. So he'll drive that car back and comes back and says, but it definitely isn't, nothing's broken about him end or something. Think you can fix it? Now, see, it says this all the time. Drive something back and it's broke. And he says, you think you can fix it? Now, down inside, I don't say this to him, but I'm thinking it. I'm kind of thinking, you eat paint chips as a kid or something? I mean, I can't fix everything right away. But that's what I'm thinking. What I say is, I don't know. Let me look at it and we'll figure it out. But I'm thinking, either you got dropped on your head or something, because you're crazy. But anyways, here's where we're at. So we take a look at things and we're trying to figure out what all is going on. And actually, Tom notices it. It's definitely got two dead holes. And so look at it here. This is the intake manifold off of it. And Tom notices that there are two bolts missing right here on top of the number 5 runner, of which it hurt. And then we notice that it squirted out the actual O-ring. And over the course of the 1,000 miles or however long it was that we were driving, this manifold top had loosened up. These bolts had loosened up. This manifold had lifted enough to push out the O-ring. Now, when it pushes out that O-ring, it actually sprayed right here on these two injectors. If you look right there, that is not burnt. That is burnt. And if you know the story, these things were brand spanking new. So this is all just happened from actually that O-ring getting blown out right here, squirted out, and actually either the hot air or hot air and fuel, which would actually be hot air and fuel, that would have sprayed on here. Don't think it was on fire. Hopefully it wasn't on fire. But it definitely was hot enough to actually burn the red top on these injectors. Now, what happens is when that thing blows, I want you to think of a siphon gun. Or anytime you blow over, like a siphon gun, has fuel getting sprayed down here, and you blow air over the top of it, and it sucks the fuel out, and it goes up. That's exactly what happens here. Fuel is spraying right here. This runner is full of fuel, but all of a sudden you introduce a great big air leak when it popped the O-ring out and burned these injectors with air, hot air, or fire. It actually sucks the fuel out of this runner, makes it super lean, burns up the cylinder, gets hurt. The stupidest stuff all the time. Rare, don't know why these things loosen up outside, just vibration. And yep, we probably should have put Loctite on every one of them, but haven't had these really loosen up before like that. Tom even mentioned we should have put Loctite on them, and yep, we probably should have. So what did it do to the block? It did nothing. I'm really super happy here, but as you can tell, it's got just a little bit of witness indication there. because what happened, it torched the cylinder head right there. So this cylinder is number 5, and this thing went dead lean because it's got all the fuel sucked out of it, and then torches the cylinder right here. Glad it didn't torch anywhere else. This one's an easy fix. And then goes over here, and then it makes 2 dead holes. So this is what 605, 244 mile an hour looks like, because that's where our probably 10 mile an hour went right there, as these 2 cylinders went dead right at the very end of the pass. So it doesn't look, that's fixable. I'll be able to fix that. Block is really good, no problem there at all. Didn't even do anything, didn't even leave any kind of feel of indentation. I'll weld that up, replace that. This thing's all due for putting valves and everything in anyways, making it all brand new for the next drag week. And then ironically enough, interestingly enough, it didn't hurt the piston. After all the little ring gland pinching I had previously, it did scuff it right there, because this was a brand new piston. Did scuff it, but that's pretty mild damage for that kind of damage there. Not much going on here with the piston. And this is number 3, because it blew from 5 over to 3. And this one didn't stick a ringland either, and is actually good. So interesting the way that always works, what gets hurt and what doesn't. So this is all going to be a pretty easy fix. So we're going to get this all fixed up. Gets new pistons, rods, valves, gets a whole new rebuild just to make it fresh and brand new for next year. So we'll get over to sick week, and with all the intentions of going back as fast as what we have been, because this car has been, with this engine, has been 577, 260. So we need to get back there, and we just got to have some more time and testing, and actually not just show up to the races and go. So anyways, everything's looking real good here, and I'm Steve Morris. Steve Morris Engines. Have a great day.